The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Kagos Radio Network and its website are those of the host, guest, and participants. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LGA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last. There's a full moon shining, lighting up the highway like a beacon to you. If I can make it on time, have some moonlit stay line, and roll a diesel right on through.
Are you ready? What you are about to experience is real. Right along with us. From deep in the desert of Nevada, The Glenn Larry Show.
And I am here, everybody. I do bid you all welcome out there, wherever you may be from, or time zone. Listen to us, maybe on YouTube or on Facebook and some other channels we have going out there, the LGA Broadcasting Networks. And to all my night drivers out there, I do appreciate you. Thank you for the emails I've been getting this week. Lots been going on. I'll tell you for sure, because those night drivers know what's going on. They tell me things, what happens on the road with them, with the weird oddity things that happen. And there's been some weird stuff lately. The moon's been very bright lately, as you can see that. And it comes up a little earlier these days. I have the weather that's fantastic here in Good Springs, our little village. And I know over there on other parts of the country that they're getting storms, rain, and just bad weather. Florida is going to be hit hard, and they've been hit hard, but there's more to come apparently. And we hope that those folks do well over there, and they'll be all right. But a lot of things are going to be happening when the weather is going to get kind of crazy. Just like politics gets really crazy, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I want to say hello to Barbara and Neil out there. They sent me some cool stuff. I get stuff in the mail from my fans and friends, and I do love them all. I really do. But they sent me this cap. This is a security cap that is from England. That's what their hats look like. They got kind of a bigger, taller hat. You know, ours are down like this a little bit more, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, for those that are within law enforcement, our police workers, security. Yes, thank you so much. And along in that whole thing, I had gotten these. These are cool salt and pepper shakers, little guys, little queen guards right there. And I also sent me, totally cool, little red phone booths. Remember those? You see those around? You'll see some of those in the United States too, because people think they're so cool, and they put them in front of restaurants and all sorts of stuff. But these are salt pepper shakers, and I put those over, bump them, break them. Yes, so it's kind of cool, man. So I got a little shelf that people send me stuff, and I do thank you so much. Ken and Dee sent me a lot of cool stuff all through the years, I'll tell you. But I'm running out of places to put everything, space. I'm so limited here, so I've got to move some things around in the house and out here. So when people come in here, I want them to see all these little cool stuff that you wonderful people send me. I do appreciate you. I really do. Yeah, I want to also say hello to Mr. Chief Hall out there, Avondale Fire and Police Department. We like you guys so very much. With great firefighters and great people out there. And I know you listen to this show also. Randy and, of course, Ken and Dee, and Thomas in Texas. And, of course, Johnny in California. I haven't heard much from him. I hope he's doing okay. I know he's had some medical problems there, but I just hope he's going to be be all right. I'm just kind of worried about him. I haven't heard from him, so maybe he'll call in and let us know how he's doing. Yes. To K6RCL, Denison Galita, to all my ham operators and my worldwide radio friends, $44.99 is my number, World Radio. And to all my affiliates out there, we do thank you very much. And of course, LJ Broadcasting, AM, FM, we do thank all the listeners out there. We are broadcasting in the little town of Good Springs. We have here part 15. And enjoying that. A lot of cool stuff happened. I was at the Pioneer last weekend, and I was with my buddy, the owner. And, of course, they've been around since 1913, of course. The Pioneer Saloon. You look them up. You'll see who they are. Pretty famous place. A lot of things are happening out there. A lot of things that they're doing. And, God, I always have a good time over there. The food's always good there, and I have friends. And, gosh, I don't get out of there till a little late sometimes, but we listen to the bands. Bands have been just unbelievable lately, too, yes. But now the good weather's here, and of course, we're going to probably be getting some winter kind of sneaking in there on us. We're kind of fall now, which is nice, which is my favorite part of the year, to tell you the truth. I get more done at this time of the year than anything else. It gets just too darn hot out here, up here in Nevada, in the high desert, as I would say. Mm-hmm. And so, Mr. Old Man Liver, thank you so very much. And to all his family and relatives I met and friends, we want to say hello to those people. And it was nice meeting them also, I'll tell you for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot's in the news, a lot of politics, and I'm so sick and tired of the ads. I'm sick and tired of it all, to tell you the truth. Lots coming out, a lot of weird stuff too, but gosh, I mean, it's dangerous to run for president these days, God, I feel for the guy. I really do. He's been through a lot, to tell you the truth. Yeah, of course, the comet, we've been talking about that also, about 5 years, 2029, I think, will be the first one when it comes around the Earth. And Jupiter's supposed to kind of help it push it out of our orbit. And, of course, 11 years from now, I think it's 2036, the second time around. That's where they're a little worried what's going to happen then. And we got the sun to worry about, of all things. These sun flares have been really crazy, and we're afraid something's going to happen with the sun. It's been really acting up lately, and just one big flare would just take us all out, of course. But God, dude, I hate worrying about things, but I hear more stuff to worry about. But yeah, if you're right with the upstairs guy, you'll be fine. I'm quite sure. Yes, storms in Florida are pretty bad. Water temperature apparently is like 80 in the 80s. So they're going to have some stuff going on up there, man. I'll tell you. God, how that hurricane thing works out and how the weather changes so much. But they have that, what you call the glove, I guess. That's where it all kind of builds up and goes in the rain hits that side of Florida. And, the rivers start flowing over and all sorts of stuff starts happening. And it's just a real mess. Winds, high winds. And like I say, we need to pray for those people, make sure they're going to be okay. Mm-hmm. So, what have you heard about Voyager 1? We got a signal, pretty strong one, and its numbers and digits and all that. Does anybody know what the message was? I've heard some rumors that your doom is coming type of thing. Yeah. So NASA, I don't know if you have that answer. I'd like to know and tell our audience what you know about that. Voyager, kind of fun stuff, space, so much going on with NASA. Yeah, we're going to be opening our lines up here real soon, and it's open lines for everybody. We got, of course, 3 lines that we have, and we'd love to have you guys call in about your UFO experiences. Anything goes tonight. Just keep it clean, no bad language, 1 call per person. And please use critical thinking, if you would, please, and turn off your radio devices. If you're listening to us on the internet, maybe on your AM, FM, or what have you, do turn those down because it can be very, very confusing for you when you're on the radio and talking on the phone. You can't keep your train of thought. It's hard for me anyway, but but you really want to do that so you can at least, I would say, keep your subject in mind when you're talking on the radio, because sometimes we do forget. Yes, looks like we got oh boy, yep, Provo, Utah's on tonight. Got some Montana folks listening. Reno, yes, and Thunder Bay, Vancouver again. And it looks like over here, Olympia is listening. Tacoma, Seattle. Yeah, it's in that whole region there. Tim and Elko, saying hello to you. Joyce in Washington State, Olympia. Lacey, Washington. David and Tumwater. Okay, yeah, we do have Fairbanks, Alaska. Yeah, know a couple people up there. That's kind of cool. Huh? How much fun. So, again, I want to say hello to my friend Johnny. Hope he's doing well. Have not heard from him. He's a friend of mine, goes way back. He's been in theater and entertainment, and so. And if anybody's having a birthday, by the way, I do wish you a happy birthday and happy anniversary for those folks out there that are having that today or had it last week. But if you just, I wish I had good stuff for you. And if you're sick, get well. Yes, get well if you're sick. And we need to kind of everybody put up prayers for the United States and through the world to keep peace and what's been going on. It's been pretty darn crazy, pretty hairy. And so we need to really pray for everybody, this election and what have you, that everything's going to turn out great. And that's what we want. So whatever candidate you're going for or with, hope that all comes to be for the world to be great and the United States to be great. God bless America. I'll tell you, I love my country. I really do, but I'm not so cool about the government, to tell you the truth. But I think a lot of folks stand by me with that. Yeah, same side. We're going to open the lines up, everybody, and if you want to give us a call, you may do so.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. For ump lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275.
There was a great sighting of a UFO just recently in Florida, and it was like an upside down pyramid. You imagine that? That's pretty crazy, isn't it? And this, all of a sudden, they want to do an update on me here. I don't think so. Let that happen. Yeah, computers just kind of want to take over sometimes. Yeah, we don't let them do that. So, yeah, an upside down pyramid, and I guess it turns around quite fast, and then it travels on different angles and what have you. Now, the government does have drones, everybody. And that's not a good thing. I mean, other governments having drones like China, and they're coming from pretty local areas. So we're a little bit worried about these drones. Of course, we have drones ourselves, and they're very useful. I get all that. But now spying has become pretty darn crazy. And they've got some pretty advanced technology on these drones. So I don't know. Some of these UFOs, UAPs, they are like drones. They're not flying saucers. Now we are seeing saucers. We are seeing these upside down pyramids. We don't know what they are. They're very fast. The TikTok thing's like pretty crazy too, What do you think they are? How far advanced do you think these other countries are? We know China and Russia, but who else is in the game that we don't know of, that you may know of? And we'd love to hear from you again. We'll get this number out again.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
Yes, I've just put that stuff on the shelf so I don't knock it over here when I'm talking on the radio, moving my hands as I do. I talk with my hands sometimes. Been remodeling the studio that we use for doing production, and that's been pretty crazy. We're working on the radio side for all the different stations, like Midnight Talk Radio, Midnight with Glenn Larry, and that's going to be a cool show too. That's another one on the racks, to tell you the truth. And we'll be able to play certain type of music there on that, because we can't play a lot of stuff on TikTok or on Facebook because it just decap us and we would get in trouble for it. And we pay the royalties for other stuff. So, but apparently there's a problem with those folks. So we have to kind of handle things a little bit differently in those different areas. We did lose a Facebook page quite a while back. One of my guests had said something that wasn't, I guess, kosher with these folks. So think they pull you right off, or they put you in jail. I don't know how they do it, but trying to get hold of those folks and try to make it right and see what's really going on. Good luck with that too. Good luck. It's very, very hard. If you guys have ever tried that, Just doesn't. You can email them all you can, and you may not hear from them, or you may. It's just a craps game sometimes. But I've been watching a lot of TikTok. As you know, we're on TikTok. If you go to K Ghost Radio, it's K Ghost Radio all together, and go to TikTok. You'll see some of the best of our outs and little things from our shows. And we have Barbara, of course, that calls up, and many other people that have called through the years, and kind of some funny stuff. And they're always fun to listen to. I listen to other stations all the time and see what they're doing, because it's, we like to be in the game, as everybody does. And there's plenty of radio for everybody out there, plenty of podcasting. I hate to call it podcast, television. I don't know. But there's plenty for everybody, and there's so much out there to talk about. And we've got some good folks coming on. They're book writers, and they're going to be on here really soon. So we have quite a list for next year. We're working on it hard, and with all these remodeling things going on, which is fine with me. But these days can be long, because you got other things to do also. And computer work has been really a big task for me. I've got my IT guy coming in next week, and we should have the radio side up and going again with a new button, the whole bit. The websites, we're doing some redesign on that also. We go with GoDaddy, and they have pretty much everything in a package. You got your domain name, you got your, your streaming, with a web page and all that stuff. They have the new web builder, and they have the old web builder, and I use the old one because I can play music and play the radio side. On the new web builder, I can't do that, but I can play video. So we could do a live video thing on the web page, and probably use the TikTok and of course the YouTube and the Facebook for advertising about what's coming on the show and when we do that. Now we have another side of that, which is called Captain Lucky's Radio. We're working on that. It's in construction right now, and that's going to be big band stuff and jazz and swing. It's going to be pretty good music, and you're going to enjoy that also. So a lot of things going on.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
Yes, and remember, folks, keep the language clean, please. We do appreciate that. Yeah. Now, with these sightings that are happening, right, like I told you earlier, there may be ours, they may be just drones from other countries too, which is very dangerous. But they're out there, and for some reason, these drones, if they're going that fast, how can drones take that many pictures if they're going that fast? You just got to stop and look at something, or huddle, or just kind of sit there. It doesn't make any sense to me unless it's a fast computer type of digitizing, taking pictures or what have you. But not just idling there and taking, sitting there, and, the Chinese balloons and all that stuff that came over. That was pretty crazy stuff. Imagine having a drone that runs off a screen, just like you have your solar, and that's on top of it, and it's just built unbelievable. And it's filming, and people are seeing these things, and their lights and all sorts of things. But are the drones really huge? Because we get reports about these UFOs that are bigger than football fields. That's quite a drone. Come on. I really do believe in UFOs, and I do believe they're out there, and it is a real thing. I believe that folks get taken away. I believe all that. But now we have the drone thing and the whole thing, which we always have. We have camouflage, a type of aircraft that can just fly over, and also they appear, and there they are. It's because of the cloaking devices they have, which is pretty cool stuff. Yeah. But if we have it, I think other people have it too, other countries. But we got to push for America. We need more technology in this area. We need all the science we can get. And I hope that whoever becomes the president will be able to do that, and put us way ahead and bring manufacturing back into the United States, use that technology and build it even bigger and better that we've ever done before. because we're kind of lagging in different areas. Although aerospace is still doing some crazy stuff, and we know there he's really got it all going, and quite proud of that guy. He's a genius, man. And how weird is it these certain geniuses come around at the certain times of your lives, and all of a sudden this guy's so smart, and things have happened, and they build the resistor. How that happened? That put us way ahead of the game of everything. So, yeah, we're moving ahead, and there's probably technology out there that's been discovered back in the 60s, the 50s, and it's now just coming out because they've finally figured out where it all fits, what this technology is supposed to be and happen. And we're just seeing it now, and we're going, wow, that's unbelievable. But what have they done already and built, and more to come? When the gates open of this technology, things come out, we're going to be blown away. Yeah. And that's if the the comet and the asteroids don't hit us and the sun doesn't blow up. Well, we got a lot to look forward to, everybody. So you got to think about that. I'm looking forward to it myself because, yeah, I'm up in age a little bit. We got a little old. Things happen. We all get old. And I want to live through some really cool stuff, to tell the truth. And I'm sure you do too. Putting that number out again for phone calls. Let's talk, everybody.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
Yes, sirree. I'm going to be going on a cruise ship sometime in November, and it's going to be a 8-day cruise. Can't wait. Going with my family that I love so very much. And I have my godson had his wife, lady, had a beautiful baby. I think you've seen it. I think you can see it on Facebook. And unbelievable. Just what a kid. Just a gorgeous boy. And he could be in commercials, to tell you the truth. That's how beautiful he is. He's a happy kid, I'll tell you. And but we're all going. There's a lot of people going on that trip. I think maybe 13 or 11, something like that. But my buddies, his kids and their kids, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it, like I say. Yeah. And cruises are fun. I'm going to be doing a lot of eating, I'll tell you for sure. Then I got to go on a diet, get through the holidays and all that. It's all kind of bundled together. I will have my birthday, by the way, out to sea, and that'll be a lot of fun. So, have you taken a cruise before? What do you think about it? Yeah. Maybe you can tell me about your cruise. Give us a call. Talk about that. It doesn't have to be UFOs, ghosts, something else. It can be anything you want to talk about. As long as it's clean, it's not politics. You want to talk about politics, you can go to another channel. My whole theory on that, I pray for everybody, and I do not judge anybody. So that's the way it should be in radio. It's for enjoyment, yes, and fun. Like I said, I met those folks of Old Man Livers, some of his relatives, and they're a lot of fun. What a hoot. I like happy people. It's good to be around happy people, fun people. We don't want any negative Nancy's, and we don't need our Karens. We don't need that in your life. So it's always to be positive, and that's the way to be. When you're positive, things are better in your life. You feel better, and you don't have any stored up baggage or whatever you got. It tears you down, because that's a bad thing. And it's been proven negativity will kill you, and worrying will kill you. So don't worry about the sun and the asteroid. Don't worry about that right now. Well, you can't do anything about it anyway. So it's but yeah. Have you checked your public library lately? A lot going on all over the country in public libraries, from entertainment to speakers and book reviews and book readings, people that write books. They read up from their book. Check your library. Check the books out. Use your public library, because it's so important to do that. You don't want to lose. Everybody's got to have a book, man. I have a bookshelf of stuff I read all the time. I get books I've read so many times. I still like the book. And yeah, grab a book, read, and have your kids go to the book things that they have at the library. It's all there. It's all free. It's your library, your public library. And the research that can be done still doesn't just have to be out of from the computer. Sometimes the computer doesn't have those answers. It doesn't have that certain book because it just doesn't have it. But the internet is quite interesting for research. I use it myself. I use my public library, and we have a good librarian up here, up in our little village of Good Springs. And she really likes the kids. Kids really like her too. And every time I come in there, they got kids everywhere on the computers, and they're reading and very well behaved, by the way. That's a good thing. Yeah. Well, from UFOs to ghosts, we do it all. And I got a friend of mine that's going to kind of do more research for me. And we're going to probably have a 2-man show. Yeah. And he's going to be interviewing some folks also. And when I'm not here, because he's going to have to run the show on the radio, and I have to set him up. And my buddy Woody, by the way, it's Woody's Corner. Great, this guy's great, and he's normally here on Thursdays. He'll be back with us on the AM/FM side, by the way, everybody. So if you're hearing me down in little town of Good Springs, yes, he'll be back, and he has some unique type of music, and he does a lot of research for me also. Good man, yeah. Thomas, I don't know. I hope that he's out there listening tonight. Love to hear from him. And Ed, of course. He's got a lot of stuff to say. But again, we will put this number out to you. It's, well, here we go. Go ahead, Ross. Do that.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. 1114.
If you're in high ground, I hope you are, because if it floods out where you're at, remember, don't drive through big puddles of water. Yeah, you could stall out, and if it's these floods are happening, these flash floods happen all the time. Very dangerous, very, very dangerous. And you've seen the commercials. You've seen it all, of course. Say hello to Canada. I got some folks up there in Canada listening. I don't know. I'm sure the lines, you can still use our lines to call in. We do have that one, of course, it's a time travel line for time travelers. Oh, I do like them. If they could tell me some good stuff. Yes, I got a little thank you very much. Appreciate that, folks. Yeah, some nice emails coming through. A lot of folks from high school lately have been contacting me. Do you keep in touch with your folks and friends from high school? Facebook is really good with that. And, of course, I'm easy to get a hold of. And I've heard some pretty cool stuff. If they're retired or they're still working. 68, I take jobs once in a while and do things for folks and help them out. And it's very rewarding, trust me. And but the thing is to keep active in what you're doing, no matter what. I mean, if you're retired, don't sit and watch the TV and grab a six-pack and just watch TV all day or whatever. Get out and exercise. Walk in a rapid pace if you can. Some folks have some leg problems or what have you. But, yeah, you got to keep active and keep your mind sharp. Talk with younger people. And, of course, if you can converse with older folks, that's fine, too. But I've learned that these young people have some kind of unique ideas. And they're kind of fun to listen to and talking in their ideas. And here you're at the later age and you've gone through so much. And you don't think like you used to think. You don't think like you when you were younger. Your values have changed a bit. Maybe you're, maybe your cover's off. Maybe you just, maybe you're angry about things. Maybe you express yourself more than you used to about things, what have you. I do that often though. But yeah, talk with these folks, younger crowd if you can, and stay active, man. I'll tell you, I walk around my little block here all the time and get the heart going. And because when you sit, you're just going to get worse. Things just will deteriorate, and it happens a lot. So if you can get out and walk as much as you can and be active around folks, around people, because depression does hit in for folks. When we change age. It happens, and to keep your mind fresh about a lot of things, and start eating right too. I've started a different type of proteins and all sorts of stuff. Stay away from whites as much as possible. And there's always someplace when you go out to eat, they have different platters. Look that menu over and kind of look at, read what it is and ask questions. How is that made and what have you? What type of cooking oil are you using? Well, everybody's talking about coconut oil. Yeah. I used to use olive oil, but I'm going this coconut oil. It's supposed to be really good. And so a chef told me that, by the way, dear friend of mine. And by the way, I want to say hello to Val and of course Chris out there. I hope that they're doing well. I know they went to the football game. I don't think the Raiders did too well, but I'm hoping that'll change. I don't know, but boy, what a fun time I had when I went to the football Raiders game, the stadium over here. Quite exciting. A lot of folks. Everybody had a great time. We didn't win then either, but it was fun being there. And I think we were playing Texas at the time. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, you never know. Your team might win or might not, and that's happens to me. They didn't. So, but I didn't go out with my head down. I had a good time. But beer was expensive. Yeah, you're paying $60, for 3 beers. So yeah. But they're paying for that stadium and all the help and everything else and lights and all that stuff. They got a big expense, I'll tell you. And boy, I'd hate to pay that light bill. I hate to pay the Pioneers light bill. I mean, they got everything going, freezers and everything going out there. So, but hey, if you get a chance, stop by the Pioneer and say hello to them. I'll be down there normally, and just say, hey, has Glenn Larry been down from the radio station? Well, we'll find out. Hello, caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where are you from? Hello?
It's Ken from Florida.
Hey, Ken from Florida. Can you turn down your radio device? I can hear your radio device. It's going to confuse us.
Yeah, she just turned it down. We had a
Oh, good. Thank you.
little hard time getting it because the area we're in up here in Pennsylvania, we don't have no cable. We don't have no satellite.
Oh, really?
But it took me about 20 minutes to get you on the TV. I seen you on when you were having that Civil War reenactment and stuff where they couldn't get you live, and I said, "Look, you got to keep trying." I finally got you.
Well, it must be a internet problem down there. We're strong there. We have a strong hold today. How is your weather down there, or up there in Pennsylvania?
Well, I'm not there. I'm up here. I'm up here in Pennsylvania, and my grandson's down there, and I guess it's going to hit sometime Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I heard something about that also.
It's going to be a pretty good one.
Wow.
I didn't plan on that when I come up here to Pennsylvania, but you can't.
Yeah,
you can't hold up your vacation because you don't know what's coming in the future.
Yes, we've been talking about that. Yeah.
I wished I was down there for it, but
right.
Late now. We made it up here with not too much trouble, just a fender bender.
Okay. Hope.
We had one of them when we got in Pennsylvania.
Oh, really? You okay?
Yeah, one of those deals with no insurance and no license and nothing.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you about that when we're not on the air.
All right, that'd be best. Yeah. Well, we're sorry you had
a good one.
Yeah.
But you're seeing there's a lot of UFO activity down in Florida, but
unbelievable.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you might now. Storm coming through. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm up here in Pennsylvania, so I won't be seeing it.
No, yeah, but I'll have to give them a call. Make sure they show up for you. But but I hope everything's okay when you get back. Yeah, it's going to be Thursday. It's supposed to be pretty hairy, and the winds are supposed to be really, bad up in that area, of course, and going up that coast, going up to Maine, all the way up to Maine. It's going to be pretty bad. So
they're saying about 80 mile an hour. That 80 mile an hour ain't nothing compared to that 189 here 2 years ago. That was unreal.
Yes, it was. I get 50.
And I did hear from Randy.
Oh, how is he doing?
He's doing okay. We're going to get together, I guess, next week.
Oh, well, fantastic. Good.
Now, I told you about that apparition I sent you. I'm going to be there taking pictures Thursday on that porch where he was standing.
Okay, I'm going to put that up for the folks to see.
I'll be with his wife. We're going out to eat.
Okay. Oh, good. Let me get that picture. I got. Tell us a bit more about what happened there, will you, Ken?
Well, there was a bar about a mile from that house. It's on Main Street in Marysville,
Right.
and the South Main. And the guy left the bar, and he come up and he jumped the curb and went over and hit the side of the house. Where he hit it was the light meter, and it burst into flames. And the girl walking up there had her cell phone, and she took the picture, and my golly, he was on that picture, and I said, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's been dead for a long time, and there he is. You can see, I'm looking at it right now, there he is.
Yeah, now, folks,
well, I'm going to stand right by that window.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, I got it up.
I'm going to stand in the same place.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you see. Maybe he'll come on there with me. I don't know.
Whoa. Now, yeah.
That's a good picture. That's a good picture. You can see the car on fire. And
yeah.
You can see him standing there, but
he's holding a coffee.
Dead.
He's got a coffee cup or something in his hand.
He got a cup of coffee in one hand and a cigarette in the other hand. That's his favorite spot.
Unbelievable.
For all the years he lived in that house, and time took him out.
Yeah.
Apparently, it didn't take him too far because there he stands.
And it's odd how
and
that
I'm going to stand in the same place.
Yeah. Well, good. I hope he shows up in a picture. I'd love to put that one up. That'd be incredible. This is unbelievable.
I'm going to do it for you.
Good.
And then I want to go out to where the UFO landed, and I'm going to take some pictures of the field.
Nice. Appreciate that. Yeah. It's probably overgrown a bit, but you're going to get some good photos for me. I appreciate
it's not overgrown. It's not overgrown. It's just like it was in 1967.
Wow. Nothing
Except
grew.
There's a few more antennas in the back.
Okay. Yeah. Antenna Hill there. Yes.
But I had a heck of a time getting you tonight. I just wanted to call you and let you know what's going on.
Yeah,
it's raining here.
Okay. Hard or just?
It's going to rain for the next 7 days.
7 days of rain. Yeah.
No, it rained pretty good today, but we got 7 or 8 more days of it here.
Good. Yeah, I think we're supposed to have some coming up next week, a day or so. We did have a light rain. It wasn't much rain for, maybe 16 hours, but then it stopped. But yeah, we're having nice weather. I'm enjoying it, to tell you the truth, from that hot heat. God, when you guys get
it
heat,
was 50. It was 57 when I got up this morning. I'm not used to that.
Wow. Well. So, Mama, and you have to wear probably a coat, a light coat, probably, huh?
I got a good one. I went down to a Tractor Supply and got one.
Oh, you did?
I didn't plan on buying one, but I didn't come up with a real warm one, and it was cold.
Right. Unbelievable. Well, Ken, thank you for calling us.
I love the show, and I wish more people would call in and take care of you.
We get some pretty good calls sometimes, and sometimes, it depends.
Maybe we'll get Barbara to call in.
Well, I never know. You never know. I just put up a bumper sticker here, UFOtalkradio.com also. We're on.
I see it right there. It is.
Yep. Yep. And so we also have.
Well, you have a good one, Larry, and maybe somebody else call in.
I can't wait for those pictures, my friend.
Buddy.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Okay, you'll get them.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Great guy. Fun people, I'll tell you. Give the number out again.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
That's the number.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada.
Yep.
Lines are open at 1-702-874-1114.
All right, there you go again. Of course, on the website, we do have the time traveler line. If you're a time traveler now, you will find out what that number is if you look it up. And I don't want to say it over the air, but if you're a time traveler, you'll know where to find it. I'm quite sure of that. About that, there's some new stuff out. that they're talking about, that they feel that these UFOs are time machines, and that they happen to act, especially when you see the guy out there on the deck of the UFO up there through the windows. Time travelers. They might be us from the future. And that's what they look like, or what we look like, how we evolved into all this stuff, big heads, big eyes, little mouth, no nose. I don't know. But your typical looking gray, maybe. I don't know. To me, I think they're the working bees and of the alien race. And I think that, I think a lot more going to be coming out in these years about all this. And we're going to say to ourselves, my God, this is true. I always wonder. I watch it in the movies, but here it's all true. But we'll see whoever gets into office, if they will help us with disclosure and about the UFOs. That would be interesting, I think, to tell you the truth. We'll be back right after this.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job. I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Violence, theft, drugs, graffiti. It's all part of joining a gang. In times like these, we need to protect our children and our community from gangs. Gangs often prey on unsupervised teens with low self-esteem, who perform poorly in school, who seek a sense of belonging, or are simply bored. Joining a gang often involves violent hazing rituals. Once in a gang, members can become alienated from their families, school, and friends. Drugs, guns, and malicious activity are common elements in gangs. Trying to leave a gang can be a difficult and dangerous process. The best way to get out of a gang is never to join one. Protect kids from being recruited by a gang. Know who they're hanging out with. Involve kids in after-school activities and provide positive role models. Help reduce gang activities in your community by working with local law enforcement and school systems. Don't let a kid you know get involved with gangs. Visit ncpc.org to learn more or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open at 1-702-874-1114.
You've got the number, everybody. All you have to do is just pick that phone up and give us a call. You don't have to use your real name if you don't want to. It's fine with me. Maybe about ghosts, UFOs, what's going on in your life, questions and answers. We can do the best we can. If you want to talk about Old Man Liver, we can talk about him too. He has his own whiskey out, by the way. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, I've had it here in the station. Between three guys, we sat and talked and enjoyed the little bit of that we had at the celebration. What do you got planned for New Year's? What do you got planned for the holidays? Of course, we got Thanksgiving coming up, and then we have, of course, Christmas and then the New Year's. So, what do you got planned? Have you actually thought about that ahead of time? You're on the air. This is Glenn Larry Show. What's your name and where are you from, please?
Hello, Glenn. This is Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. How are you doing?
Well, I'm okay.
What's going on? What's going on with you?
Oh, nothing. We had dinner tonight, and I just wanted to, we had dinner with our boys. It was Taco Tuesday.
Oh.
Anyway, we got into a discussion with Trevor. He graduated high school. And anyway, he's saying that I don't know if he's going to be a Christian or not. So we had this big discussion about this. And then he said that Jesus was probably an alien. So I was just, wait a minute now, Trevor. And he said, well, why don't you? He told me, why don't you ask your radio guy, the expert, about what he thinks that Jesus could be an alien.
I think Jesus was a man.
So I told him, I said, well, I'll just do that then. So Glenn, I wanted to call in and get your take on this, Glenn. We sit around and we have dinner and we have a discussion, Glenn. Family talk.
Yeah, that's a good time to do that.
This kind of business comes up about Jesus being an alien.
Well, I've heard this myself from folks that really think that he was.
Have?
Yes, I have. That he isn't really an alien, or was, but came into as a man form.
Hold on. Glenn says that it's possible that Jesus is an alien. What? Never heard of that before.
Yeah, it really it's been out there.
Mike?
Yeah, I heard about that years ago, but I've kind of laughed it off because in the Bible he's a man and he walked the earth, but a very special man, and he performed miracles.
Well, we've had this discussion, and Glenn, I got a little upset about this because we've brought our boys up in a Christian home,
yes.
and now this alien business of Jesus has got me rather upset about this.
Yeah, I would.
So and he's and Trevor said, well, ask your radio man about this.
Yeah. Well, where did he hear that from? That's what would be interesting to hear.
Well, these kids, they everything is, they find things here and there. Find it online.
Yeah.
Steve says they find it online on the internet.
Yeah, they probably do, Stephen. They probably do. Yeah. Well,
he said they do.
You can hear a lot of stuff online, so it's pretty crazy, this stuff.
Anyway, I just wanted to, we were. I was. It took me a back.
Yeah.
About this, and because we, my boys went to Sunday school and everything else, and then he says that he doesn't believe in that Jesus probably was an alien, and I don't know what this business is about, Glenn.
Yeah, well, I believe he was a man.
He's probably just trying to goose you off.
Yeah,
Steve,
probably.
Steve thinks that Trevor was just trying to get me mad and get me riled up.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on with him. You never know. But hey, how are the girls? How are the ladies doing? Your little UFO group and stuff. How are you guys watching the skies?
We did last week. We did a little bit.
Okay.
Because the weather's been nice. It's off and on. If you notice, we would have a week of really nice weather.
Yes.
And then it got hot again, Glenn.
Mm-hmm. It got hot again. Yeah. I put some lights up.
So, last week we had some nice weather, and we did get out in the back of the patio. And, that's where we sit. It overlooks in Summerlin, it overlooks the mountain there. And,
nice.
And beautiful because there's no lights behind us. So, you don't have the pollution from the light pollution. That's what they call it. Light pollution. Have you heard of this, Glenn?
Yes, I have. Yes, light pollution.
Yeah.
So you can see the stars now.
Yes, and we can see the stars, and we can see. We can even see these satellites and things.
Isn't that pretty cool? Isn't it? Do you see them all?
It's pretty neat. Dustin has this app on his phone that he can track the big thing that goes around, the big one.
Oh, the Jupiter.
Yes.
The space
yes,
station. Yeah.
The space station.
Ah, okay.
Have you, the international one, the International Space Station.
I think that's the only one up there.
Have you
right?
heard of this, Glenn?
Yes,
the space station.
I have heard of that. Yeah.
Evidently, we don't own it. It's owned by I guess the world owns it internationally.
Yeah, that's in space. We all come together, all of our different space.
Right.
Yeah.
And anyway, Dustin has it on a phone, on an app on his phone, and he can track it, man. And you can tell when it's coming over, because sometimes he would text me and he'd say, "Mom, the space station is going to be flying over, either from the east or the west or whatever, whatever area." And he can pinpoint it, and I tell you, it is very fast.
Yes.
How fast that thing goes.
Yeah, I've seen it
Now,
go by.
Dustin said it goes at 10,000 miles an hour.
Wow. It's incredible fast. Yeah.
That is incredible, Glenn.
You know what gets me?
But we had a small get together. Not all the girls, just a few. Then we had a couple of drinks and sat out and kind of, because everybody's been away. We a lot of people get away for the summertime.
Yes.
So we're getting the girls are starting to come back, and of course we're going to get together and catch up, and then hopefully we're going to get back to the UFO business, and we'll be able to watch the skies and bring up any stories that sometimes the girls have their own stories from where they are. Some of them are in Washington or Canada, and that's where they've been visiting, Glenn, and or that's where they spend the summers.
Yeah,
and then they come back, and then sometimes we have a discussion about anything that they have encountered, and it could be UFOs, it could be ghosts, or this type of business.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're always fun to listen to and to hear them from you. Trust me. So yeah, wow. And since you're into all that, do you guys ever record any of your parties at all? Record your little meetings at all?
Well, we have our phones, Glenn, and we take pictures and selfies in this business. Now, I'm very glad that I'm talking. You kind of cheered me up a bit because of this Jesus alien business got me a little bit, worked up.
I understand that.
And I'm glad that I was able to talk to you.
I'm glad to too. You tell him that I think Jesus was a man, a very special man, and that is all this alien, connected somehow, some way in the universe or whatever? I don't know. I just believe in
God
Jesus
bless
and God.
You.
So.
Glenn, I believe Jesus knows about aliens.
Maybe so. Yes, angels.
But I don't think he is an alien.
No,
because he died for us, Glenn,
yes.
for human beings.
Yes, he sure
died
did.
For our sins, Glenn.
Yes, you're right.
Now, I don't think he died for alien sin.
No, I don't think so. No, we have souls and we're connected, so that's important.
Oh, you think aliens don't have soul?
I don't think they have our soul. I think they're very jealous of us. I think they want what we have. That's what I think. I think they want what we have, and I think that's why they're taking some of us away to experiment or do something or try to maybe have inbred. I don't know. I mean, who knows? But I don't think they have souls.
Oh, you mean taking us away and doing the butt thing we had talked about a couple weeks ago? The butt business?
Yeah. No. Well, whatever the program.
Yeah, the anal stuff.
Yeah, he just likes that, doesn't he? Yeah. Whatever they're doing to us.
Hold on, Steve. He's talking about the butt business. The aliens taking people away and
doing stuff in their butt.
Yes.
No.
I guess so.
Well,
Steve.
I know that they experiment, and it's a bad deal. And
Glenn says he knows they do experiments.
Yeah, in the butt.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty crazy.
Steve,
pretty crazy.
Steve in this butt business, I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
I get it.
this is terrifying.
Yeah.
This
I would be
hear
terrified
this
taken away.
and they experiment and they do things to people.
Take you away.
And if they do things in people's butts, I don't know, but that to me sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's probably is very terrible. But
it's traumatic.
Yeah, a lot of these folks.
I mean, you hear about these people, and sometimes they don't remember it.
Well, the hypnosis.
Have you heard of this, Glenn?
Yeah, I have heard of this, but the hypnosis.
So maybe their mind is erased or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if that happened to me, I would want my mind erased too, Glenn. I don't want to remember any butt business or anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I agree with you there. But a lot of people.
I don't want it either.
He says he doesn't want it either. He doesn't want to remember that.
I heard him. Yeah, I heard him very well. Well, listen, Barbara, thank you so much for calling.
Anyway, I'm sorry to take so much of your time on your show.
We appreciate
wanted to call about the Jesus alien business.
Yes.
That Trevor brought up.
Yeah.
And he specifically said to ask you, and I said I will.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a call. Anyway, it was nice talking to you again in your show, and I hope that all is well. And I want to let you go. Get back to your show.
Thank you for your call. We always appreciate you,
Barbara.
Barbara.
Have a good night, Glenn.
You too. And bye, Steve. Y'all take care.
Good night too.
All right. Bye now. Be well.
God bless.
God bless you too. Jesus was an alien. Now that's interesting. Now I've heard this before. Of course, people say everything, And gosh, Jesus was an alien. Well, at least they're talking about. At least now here's a family that talks over dinner. They talk about everything. I think that's pretty darn good, And I think that get away from these phones at the table. You're having dinner. Sit down and enjoy your time with the family. Don't keep these away from the kids at dinner time. Yeah, discuss what's going on. I think that's important to do that. I sure do. Boy, I'll tell you. Next week, we're working on a brand new show also. So we're going to have a guest in here in the studio probably. And I'll surprise you when I see him. So he's going to be talking about a lot of stuff. And if you see things in the sky, you see something, report it to move on. Write it down, take a picture if you can, get a witness. But that's the way to do things. When you're looking for UFOs at nighttime. And I sit out there and I watch all the time, and a lot of weird stuff goes on, but it's a lot of space stuff going on also. And there are those certain apps that everybody's talking about. You can see the space station and satellites, and there's one even for aircraft, where aircraft is at. What flight is that? It might be a United flight. It might be just a UPS plane or something. So these apps are kind of fun to look at and use. Now, I like the ones where you can look at yourself and your age, and that makes you younger. All right. Now they have the ones that make you older, and or you can change certain outfits you're wearing. I have one. I think I put up here for you. I got a kick out of it. Let's see if I did put that up. Boy, I'm sure glad I found that picture that our buddy Ken had. That was quite interesting, because you could see the ghost standing there with a cup of coffee and cigarette. And that's a true picture. That's not been touched or anything. Maybe I didn't put that up. Nope, maybe I didn't put that one up. Okay, well, I'll have to do that for you. Oh, here it is. I got it. It's a pretty cool picture. Yeah, cowboy days. I like the cowboy stuff. And that's with an outfit. That outfit is, I don't even have that outfit. They just put my face on there, and with a hat on. This here is the Colonel picture I use. South deal. Kind of cool. Yeah. And here's a younger picture with my wife and myself on one of those old camera places, old pictures, dress up, and I take this. That's kind of a cool one. I always like the cavalry stuff. I always have. Maybe in my past life I was in the cavalry or whatever, South or either one. Here I am up with a bunch of actors. So we did reenactment Western thing. This is years ago. That's got to be, 99, 2000 probably. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was 2000. But that was at the Pioneer Saloon. They had a chili cook-off deal. They had a gun deal out there and reenactment. That's a lot of fun. We're going to do that again up there, I'm sure. I'm going to talk to Steve about that. And like I was saying earlier, you get a chance, come on down and check out that Pioneer Saloon. It's a cool place. I'm like I say, I enjoy going down myself, and but check out all the people, the bands. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so it's the Pioneer Saloon in Good Springs, Nevada, since 1913. You know, my house is 1911, and in the middle of my house is a car. Well, not a car, but a from a train. It's like a railroad car, and you can see the roundness of the top of the car itself, and the house has been all built off that, and it's just a little miner's house, small little house, and but I really love it. It's quaint for me. My cat, when I had that dog, was perfect, fenced in. I like that. I like the privacy. Then we have the station out here. You know, we do all the broadcast, and we also do some broadcasting in the other little studio too. By the way, thank you for listening. We love you. Be well, play well, and be safe. And if you're over there in Florida, be safe. Oh, my God. Our prayers are with you, K-Ghost Radio and myself. So, again, thank you so very much. I am Glenn Larry, and I'll tell you, you're listening to K-Ghost Radio, where it all happens here. We have a lot of fun about UFOs, ghosts, you name it. And I'm going to say goodbye to you. It's 8:01. Again, thank you so very much. Be well, play well.